What's
So
one
I
thing
guess
that surprised you? What's one thing that kind of shocked you about the way the RCC designs, or just the way that, I mean, you went from Dartmouth and Carolina Crown to this West Coast experience, and was there one thing that you were just like, wow, this is really different the way that we're designing or just going about learning?
Yeah, the biggest thing I can think of right now is a lot of stuff when I marched some of those East Coast groups, like Crown, Dartmouth, Spartans, it was more planned out. Like you knew what you were going to do before the rehearsal started. And then as I guess some of the culture shock when I got to RCC and Blue Devils is you didn't really know what you should do, but you had an idea of kind of what to prepare for and what to expect. Whether that could be, okay, well, instead we're just going to do some visual now instead of drumming. You're like, okay, well, that wasn't on the schedule. So if you're very like schedule oriented and very nitpicky about that, that probably would be a big shock. And that kind of was for me, just because I was like, okay, well, this is the music. You don't really change it too much from the day to day. But I know RCC, Blue Devils, sometimes we change the music on the spot and say, okay, we'll just do that and do that. So that was kind of the biggest change, was just within the rehearsal, knowing that it was more malleable, whereas opposed to the East Coast, it was more, this is what we're doing. And it's a more structured plan of A, B, C, D, E. And it didn't change too much, at least from my experience, doing Crown, Spartans, Dartmouth, things like that. But I know a lot of that has kind of changed and kind of come together, per se, since I aged out. But that was the biggest difference for me.
Yeah, I think in my experience with like Crown and stuff, it was always, you have the music. All right, here, we printed out your drill charts. Write your dots in your dot book. We're going to go out. We're going to paint them. We're going to learn the dots. Then we're going to go back. We're going to put the music to the dots. And this is that. And this is that. Boom, boom, boom. And then doing a group like X, it showed up and it was like, all right, you stand here. Now you stand here. Can you get over there in 8 counts? Yeah. Okay. Do that. Then they'd have everybody do it. I'm like, no, we're going to change that. No, doesn't work. It was just all on the fly, designing and staging as you go.
Yeah,
and that experience.
No,
like,
go ahead.
That experience for, like you were talking about, 2010 was my first year with Rhythm Mag, so I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, what are we just like wasting time? Like, or is it just like making this stuff up? And I didn't really know much about Tim Fairbanks at the time, other than I guess this dude knows what he's doing. I mean, they just won 2 gold medals, so whatever. Here we go.
Well, that was something you had told me about that. The process when I was doing it in 2011 before we first started learning drill, and I didn't believe you, like how scattered it would be. I did not believe you at all, and I was like, well, we'll see. And then literally he's not lying. It's like, can you get here to here in 12 counts? And even if you said no, Tim would go, well, just keep trying, and if you can't do it in like 2 weeks, then we'll look at it.
Yeah, there was a lot of that at RCC for sure. More RCC. Blue Devils was a little different. Like there was some more staging compared to drill stuff. Definitely on the West Coast, like Blue Devils and RCC, but RCC a little bit more just because you have a smaller group. Like Blue Devils, it would have been kind of hard to manage that, just from my experience. But definitely a lot of what you were talking about. Mike, where people would ask, or Jamie Hawley, the visual guy at RCC, would ask, okay, well, can you make it there in 12 counts or can you make it in 8 counts? And I would always say, yeah, even if it was too big. I was like, all right, whatever, like I'm gonna do it. So,
are you telling me to do it?
Yeah, I would take it as a challenge. Like, all right, you want me to do that? All right, I'll do that. But and then if I look stupid, he'd be like, all right, just back it down. No, that's too big. So, but there was a lot of staging for sure.